Welcome to This Week in Crowder College, an in-depth look into how Crowder College students, faculty, and staff are working together so students soar to new heights, communities are impacted, and lives are changed. This Week in Crowder College is sponsored by the law offices of Wood and Peterson in Neosho, specializing in workers' compensation, personal injury, Social Security disability, and more. Learn more online at neoshoattorney.com. Now here's this week's edition of This Week in Crowder College.
Welcome to a brand new week of This Week in Crowder College right here on 91.7 FM. Adam Winkler here with you. Privileged to be joined this week by our good friend Karen Fink. And Karen, thanks for being with us.
You're very welcome. Thanks for having me.
Well, it's an exciting time in Newton County this week as the Newton County Fair is taking place, and I know you're right in the thick of things and you enjoy this time of year. And tell me, why is it so important that we keep this tradition alive of having these local community fairs throughout the state of Missouri and throughout the Midwest?
Well, the fair is a good chance and opportunity for young people to showcase what they do all year. These kids work hard for their projects. They keep the American culture of agriculture alive. And with that, this gives them a chance to showcase it, put it out in front of people who maybe don't know. How do you keep a pig alive all year? Or how do you grow a plant to get a fruit off of it to have on your dinner table the next day? So these kids at the fair, they go through 4 days of hard times with the weather. It gets hot. They have animals they have to take care of 24 hours a day because that animal just doesn't get its feed from somebody unless that student or child brings it to them. So we think that this fair is a great opportunity for people to understand and get to see what goes on in agriculture.
Well, as you look at the fair this week, I know the Rough Rider Arena has been busy. You had some stuff taking place last night, so tell us about that and also what's coming up this evening for you guys.
Well, last night we entertained the original cowboy. The ranch rodeo guys were there. They took care and gave everybody a great set of entertainment. They brought the cowboy life to the arena. They did muggings, they did bronc ridings, they did trailer loading, everything that a cowboy would do on his day-to-day basis. And so they really gave everybody something to watch. And we're going to come back into the arena tonight, and we're going to showcase the youth. This will be the All-Youth Rodeo Association, their second trip to the Crowder Rough Rider Arena this year. And these kids will all be 18 years and under. They're going to compete in the same rodeo events that your professional cowboys do. But they're just learning, so they're trying their hardest, and they're going to win a medal tonight if they win their event.
Well, it's going to be a great night tonight out there at the Rough Rider Arena. And as you sit there and watch that, you've watched many of these over the years. What inspires you about these young kids who are out there trying to perform these a very, very tough task?
Well, it inspires me a lot because it takes me back to my youth. This is what I grew up doing. I was a rodeo kid. My folks were rodeo people. My parents were actually stock contractors in this all-youth rodeo association back in the late 80s, early 90s. And so this has a real deep spot in my heart. It gives these kids a chance to learn. And our adults that are out there helping them, their parents or somebody else's parent, they're getting to show them and give them the extra knowledge they need to get them to that top level.
And I can only imagine you talked about how this brings back childhood memories, but the week that it is for these kids and adults, you pull the trailer in, you camp for a couple days, you spend a lot of time with people of like mind who like to do what you like to do, and I'm sure it's just a great time of bonding as well.
It is. It's a big family. These kids will take home memories that they'll never forget. They'll pull back into that memory bank and they'll remember the days they were at the fair and how their animal performed and what they did the next year to make it even better.
Well, the fair ends this week, but 6 weeks from now, you guys have another big event there at the Rough Rider Arena. It's the 11th annual Crowder College Rough Rider Rodeo, and just let our listeners know once again all about that and just the wonderful event that is.
That is going to be a great event. We've got some great entertainment coming through Gizmo McCracken. He'll be there with us to entertain you. We've got G-Money Rodeo Company bringing you the livestock, and then we've got top-ranked cowboys and cowgirls out of the ACRA and the IPRA going to be there to showcase their talents. But here's why we do this rodeo. That rodeo is to provide funds for scholarships for our agricultural students here in the ag department at Crowder. Those kids, they need money to go to school. And so what we do is try to raise money through sponsorships, through the gate attendance at that rodeo, and that gives us a way to support our students here in the agricultural division. We're going to have good food. We've got lots of vendors that are going to be there. Gates will open for that event at 6 o'clock each night on August the 18th and the 19th. Get your plans made. If you can't make it to the fair this week and been there tonight to see either our rodeo for the youth kids or the market sale over at the fair or even get to see the carnival, mark your books to come out in August there and see us at the rodeo. I'm sure you'll have a great time.
And don't forget, on August 18th, it is Public Service Night. August 19th, it's the Power of Pink Breast Cancer Awareness Night. And there are Pee-wee events every single night. The mutton busting, of course, is a fan favorite. And the Rough Rider Nachos will be back as well in the concession stand. So lots of things going on. Karen, if people have questions about this, what's the best phone number for them to reach you on?
They can reach us here at the college at 417-455-5720. If I happen to be away from my desk, I do have an answering machine. Leaving me a message, and I'll get back to you.
Well, Karen, it's always great to catch up with you. Thank you so much for your time on This Week in Crowder College.
You bet.
Thank you for listening to This Week in Crowder College. This Week in Crowder College is sponsored by the law offices of Wood and Peterson in Neosho. You can listen to this broadcast again by going online to kneo.org or to crowder.edu. Tune in once again next week for another edition of This Week in Crowder College on KNEO 91.7 FM.